Prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra, lying down on the back in Shavasana with the arms a little bit away from the body with the palms facing up, ensuring that the legs are about hip width apart and the legs are relaxed and the feet are falling away from the body. Ensure that there is alignment in the body, that there is balance between the left and the right side of the body. Ensure that the spine is straight, and you may like to tuck your chin in just a little. Ensure that you are comfortable and warm enough so that you do not need to move throughout this short practice. Take 3 long, deep breaths, and as you exhale, allow your body to melt into the floor. Release your body into the floor. And ensure that you also release any tension in the face. Release any expression in the face. Release any tension in the muscles behind the eyes. Let them all go. And be aware of the contact between your body and the floor. Be aware of the contact between the heels and the floor, the backs of the legs and the floor, the buttocks and the floor, the arms and the floor, and the back of the head and the floor. And just observe how all of these points of contact create one singular plane of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sound. Become aware of sounds off in the distance and move your awareness from sound to sound. You do not need to identify the sound. Just allow your awareness to move from each sound. And now move your awareness to sounds outside this room. And now move your awareness to sounds inside the room. And move your awareness now to sounds inside the body. Firstly, listen to the heartbeat. And now listen to the sound of the natural breath. And release this sound awareness now, and instead call to mind your Sankalpa, or positive intention if you have one. A Sankalpa is like a positive statement of something that you want to achieve. Often it is said as though it has already happened. If you have a Sankalpa or positive intention, mentally repeat it 3 times now. And if you don't have one, leave some space for it may emerge on its own. And now listen to my instructions as we move into body rotations. Listen to my instructions and I will repeat the name of a body part. And when I repeat the name of that part, visualize that part, place your awareness there, and mentally repeat the name of that part. You do not need to move it in any way. Please listen to my instructions. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third and little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, top of the right foot, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And now to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, left hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And now to the back of the body with the heels, backs of the legs, the buttocks, lower back, small of the back, middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, upper back, back of the neck, the entire spinal column, back of the head and the crown of the head. And now around to the face with the forehead, the temples, right and left, the eyebrows, right and left, the eyebrow center, the eyes, right and left, ears, right and left, the cheeks, right and left, the nose, the lips, the mouth, chin, throat, the collarbones, right and left, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, the navel, the right side of the pelvis, left side of the pelvis, and the groin. And now the major parts of the body with the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense of the whole body all at once the whole body. And now release the body rotation and bring your awareness back to the natural breath. The natural breath now is very subtle, and observe the rise and fall of the navel with the natural breath. And now I want you to visualize the following along with your natural breath. As you breathe in naturally, you breathe in golden, healing light. And you feel that healing light wash through every cell and organ of your body. And as you exhale, you visualize any illness, any pain releasing from your body. Inhaling warm, golden, healing light. Exhaling any pain, any illness out of your body. Continue visualizing in this way along with the natural breath. And remember to use the breath as an anchor to bring your mind back to this practice. Now release the breath awareness, release the visualization, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels as though it's made out of stone, and you can feel your body pressing against the floor with its heaviness. The arms and the legs feel heavier, and the torso and the head feel heavier. The body feels heavier and heavier, as though it's made out of stone, and you feel it pressing against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now, and instead exchange it for a feeling of lightness. The body is feeling lighter and lighter. It feels so light that it's barely touching the floor. The body feels like a feather or like a balloon, and it feels so light that it feels like it's drifting above the mat or wherever you are lying right at this moment. The arms and the legs feel lighter, the torso feels lighter, and the head feels lighter. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, as though it's barely touching the floor. And exchange this feeling of lightness now, instead for a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels as though it's outside on a blistering hot summer's day, and you're standing outside without any shade. The face feels hotter, the hands and the feet feel hotter. It radiates from the abdomen throughout the body. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's outside on a steaming hot summer's day. Release this feeling of heat now, and instead replace it with a feeling of coolness. The body feels like it's outside on a freezing winter's day, and the icy wind whips through and chills you to the bone. It's so cold. The face feels colder, and the hands and the feet feel colder. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on a freezing winter's day. Release these sensations now and allow the body to come back to a state of equilibrium. Release all of these sensations completely and instead come to the space of the mind, the space in front of the closed eyes. See, imagine, visualize and create the following objects and images. You're standing next to a lake. It is nighttime. The lake is still, and you can see the reflection of the full moon in the water. You can also see what looks like diamonds in the water, where the lake is reflecting the lights of the stars in the sky above. You walk towards the lake. There's no one there but you. And you feel the water calling to you to go in and bathe in its brilliance. You remove whatever clothes you have and you feel safe because there's nobody around. And so you remove your clothing and first step in with your ankles, and you find that the water is soothing, the water is warm, and you decide to keep moving into the water. And as you do, you feel so comforted, you feel free of any pain or illness or anything else that's not fitting right with you and your body. And you dive in. You go under the water, and when you emerge, you feel completely released of anything. You feel energized, you feel peaceful, and you feel comforted. And then you decide to float on your back in the still lake, and you can see the moon above, and you can see the diamonds reflecting from the sky around in the water that are surrounding your body. And again, you feel like you're in a cocoon. You feel comforted and warm and safe. And now it's time to return back to the room. And so you swim to the shore and thank the lake and the moon and the stars for helping you to feel so amazing. You put your clothes back on and come back to the room so that you are now lying again on your mat or your bed or the floor, wherever you are lying at this moment. And you call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one, the same Sankalpa from the beginning of the practice. Mentally repeat it 3 times now if you have one, and if not, leave some space for it will emerge. And begin to notice the breath again. Bring your awareness back to the natural breath and notice how the natural breath is creating movement in your body. Allow the breath to deepen just a little, and as you do, feel how it moves your back against the floor. Scan your awareness through the body and check in and feel how you feel right at this moment. And think about how you felt at the beginning of the practice. Become aware again of sounds all around, and remember the world attached to those sounds. Remember the room that you are in and the details of that room, the floor and the ceiling, the color of your mat and your coverings. And remember the time of day. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. Begin to make small movements with your fingers and toes to allow your body to awake and externalize, and move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to move your head gently from side to side, or even roll onto your right side for just a few moments. And when it's right for you, come to a comfortable sitting position, keeping the eyes closed or downcast to maintain the peaceful state that you've created. And now that you are sitting in a comfortable position, bring your awareness to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together we'll chant Om 3 times to conclude the practice. Breathing in. Om. 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.